on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with a. We'll see how long this video is. It might be 10 minutes or so. It might be 20. We'll talk about it. Or we'll see. But we got some stuff to talk about today. Alabama rumors, news, and predictions for 2025. Now, I've already done a schedule preview. I got them going 10 and 2 at most. We could kind of look at the schedule again. Maybe we probably won't, but I really just wanted to look at some of the big headlines going around Tuscaloosa right now regarding the competition. There's rumors about a certain player that I have my own opinions on. Nothing bad, but I definitely uh, want to get into some of this because there's a lot of stuff that's happened within the last 7 days for Alabama that we could look at and talk about. And obviously, you guys know I'm a big Alabama fan. I want to see them have great success like any other team out there, but probably more than any other team out there. But I do have my own takes and opinions, and I'm not afraid to just say, hey, this is wrong, or this is what's wrong, or something like that. So, with that being said, we kind of got to talk about some of this because there's a lot. And before you know it, we're already in April. We are coming up on 2 weeks out. Is it April 12th? Is A Day? It might be the 19th. I don't know. But it's coming up within a week or so. Let's just put it at a week, April 12th. I think it is April 12th. But there's going to be a lot to watch. The rumors right now are let's start with this. Ty Simpson seems to be quarterback one for Alabama, or he's close to it. I say it's almost quarterback one if you see by the title, because Kalen DeBoer has not come out and rightfully said, hey, we're rolling with Simpson. He hasn't come out to say that. Obviously, we know Ty Simpson as a backup last year backed up Jalen Milroe, who is now going off to the NFL. He will be drafted. He just, I don't know what he's going to do on the next level. I love Milroe. I really do. I just don't think he's mostly fit for it. So, when you look back at last year, it was all Jalen Milroe's show. Ty Simpson has been in the system since 2022, going back to when he was recruited out of Martin, Tennessee. He's coming in as a redshirt sophomore for the Crimson Tide this year. And I do want to screen share and show you guys. So, this is Ty Simpson. He was 14 to 25 last year, 56%, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Now, I don't. Here's the thing. Some of these stats have got to be off. They got to be wrong because he's had some touchdowns. Um, he's run some in at least. So I don't know exactly like if he's actually had a rushing or a passing touchdown yet outside of the spring games. I could be wrong on that, and maybe ESPN's wrong here. Look at this. 2023, 2 touchdowns rushing. Last year, 1 touchdown rushing for 17 yards. Notice in passing, though, he has yet to do that. But we know he can throw the ball very well. In this past season, he was 14 and 25 for 56 completion percentage, 167 yards, which is only 12 yards shy of what he threw for in 2023. He averaged about 6.7, maybe almost 7 yards a throw. Had a pretty good rating of 112, but I could go down the list of these stats. I think that, and I'm not here to say, well, he hasn't been given a fair shot. He hasn't really been given a shot at all because he hasn't started, other than he did start the USF game of 2023, and he struggled mightily in that game. No, Tyler Buckner started that game. I remember now, but Ty did come in and they struggled. I mean, they had run the ball in the end zone and got a touchdown or two, but it just he hasn't had the most of opportunity for us as fans to watch him on film to say he's what he's built up to be coming out of high school. Now, In high school, he was phenomenal, right? He was really, really good. I mean, he looks like Trevor Lawrence on steroids. He really does. Close to it. I do like Ty Simpson to be the starter this year. He has not been named the starter yet, but Kalen DeBoer says he's made a lot of great progress. That being said, there's a lot to take from that. That he should be quarterback one, that he most likely will be quarterback one. And why would he not be? Well, there's kind of sort of this transfer from Washington that I think the board likes in Austin Mack. And there's kind of sort of this other 5-star on the roster and Keelan Russell. That's highly recruited that people say could be generational, but we'll have to wait and see on that. So he's almost quarterback one, but he's not quite. There's still some competition. We won't know more until after A-Day. And I'm sure I'll do a video after the spring game, after we watch highlights and stuff. We'll watch film because I'm sure they'll put it up even if it's not televised. Alabama's going to have highlights somewhere. Someone's going to get them. But Ty Simpson, almost quarterback one. Also, what we want to talk about today is Jalen Mbakwe. I've heard some good things about him, but I also have heard some things that I don't think Alabama fans, or at least the media of college football, let's say, that um, I let me put it to you this way. Travis Hunter played both ways. Charles Bednarik played both ways back in the day. You've seen it before in football, but are we starting to see a trend where it's going to happen more and more often? Is that possible? And why is Jalen Mbakwe playing both ways? I don't know why, but he is technically recruited out of high school as a corner slash safety. But he has made some progression in the role of wide receiver this spring, is what I've heard. So, with that being said about Jalen Mbakwe, could we see him possibly play both ways, like Travis Hunter did the past couple years for Colorado, Jackson State, and Deion Sanders and all that, right? It's very it's very possible. Now, technically speaking, it they are saying that he made a position change. Um and he's been going up in practice against Xavier Brown, the corner. He changed to wide receiver. But is it possible that he will most likely play both sides of the ball? Could he? He could. If Travis Hunter could do it, I'm sure anyone could get away with doing this. And I think the big question about playing both ways is what is the NFL going to say about it, right? That's the big question. So I look at Jalen Mbakwe. They're saying the rumors are that he switched full time to wide receiver. That's just a rumor, though. He's still a good defensive back. He just knows how to catch the ball because he played a little bit of receiver in high school. Um, and I guess I don't know if it was a coaching decision by DeBoer or if uh it's it might be a Mbakwe decision. Now um he played a lot of different ways in high school. He was a quarterback, he was a wide receiver, he was a DB. Um, so he's played a couple different positions. So now what this article that I'm reading from Yahoo Sports, I want to pull this up here. I'm not like I'm giving my opinions, but I also want to see what some of the experts say. And who put this out here was Colin Gay of the Tuscaloosa News. So this part of the article, could Jalen Mbakwe play both ways for Alabama football? He says, with Mbakwe's experience at both defensive back and wide receiver and the knowledge of the game as a former quarterback, which I forgot about that part. He was a former quarterback. I don't know how good he was there, but I do remember hearing about that when he came out of high school. The question is, does Floyd think Mbakwe could play both corner and wide receiver at Alabama like Travis Hunter did at Colorado? In theory, yes. In actuality, probably not. Not a no, but just a probably not. Um, this is talking, by the way, about Floyd as in a coach. This is an offensive coordinator at Clay Chalkville. Sorry to skip past this part. This is Stuart Floyd. Okay. Anyway, getting back to Jalen Mbakwe here, Stuart Floyd says that I think he could handle the mental load. I think. I don't know about at Alabama. Colorado, that's just a different brand of football, in my opinion. I don't know schematically. If you can water it down on one side or the other, maybe. I just think you got to be simple on one side for that player. What that kid was able to do at Colorado, talking about Travis Hunter, that's pretty rare, obviously. So why did Mbakwe move to wide receiver? Floyd boils the decision down to where Mbakwe feels he can get on the field the fastest and contribute. What position best maximizes his ceiling as a player? And then it goes on. But it looks like, so let me sum this part up. Jalen Mbakwe is a really great defensive back. He also is seemingly becoming a great wide receiver weapon for the Crimson Tide in spring practice. I don't think he's going to play both ways, but I think there's a good chance, or there's a possibility, not necessarily a chance, but a possibility that it could happen. And maybe DeBoer is planning on it, and he's just not telling the media. Maybe he's going to surprise us. Maybe not. I would think not, because I don't think that I think the whole Travis Hunter thing is a generational type of thing. Now it's also very possible that we start to see a new trend in college football with guys playing both sides of the field. But that only happens as a trend if someone else steps up to do it now. Travis Hunter did it last year and the year before. What about now? And if there's anybody out there, it probably would be Jalen Mbakwe for Alabama. I could be wrong, but I think he's next in line to be that guy. I don't think it's going to happen based on what we just read in the reports, but I got to hear from you guys in the comments. Could Jalen Mbakwe play both sides? And also give me your thoughts on the quarterback separation and competition with Ty Simpson. Keelan Russell, look, here's the thing. I think it's between Russell and Mack to fight for quarterback 2. I think Ty's been in the system too long to let him not start. He's been there too long. Like, he knows. He knows some of these guys. He knows what it takes to win at Alabama. Now, we haven't seen it, but I think deep down in his heart and in his guts, he knows he's got what it takes. But it's up to Kalen DeBoer. I trust this coach this year to make whatever quarterback decision and whatever he wants to do with guys like Jalen Mbakwe in the defense to make the right decisions for this team that he thinks will help them possibly win a national championship. So that's my 2 cents on it. The latest news for 2025 Alabama football. Love you guys. Jesus loves you. Thanks for watching. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Roll Tide. We'll see you.